Okay, so I'm live, and today I want to rank 2026 toys on call because last night I was in a rush. Hello. Last night I was in a rush because I made a tier list. So I was in a rush to rank the toys. And the ranking, it was just general placements. It wasn't like, oh, I prefer Rheneas over Emily, for example. It was just, oh, yeah, Motorized Edward, it sucks. Put it in C or whatever. So I'm going to I'm going to take my time with this tier list. So I'm going to be ranking all the 2026 toys. I have everything pulled up in this tab. I made this. Literally the only thing that isn't included, I believe, like individual rolling stock for like motorized engines. Um, Multi packs, they're kept as one item. So like, for example, Diecast Edward just isn't on here, but the multi pack is. So yeah. You need to buy 20. Yeah. I'd suggest get James last. James is a shelf sitter. He does not sell well. And he's also in the second case. So whatever you do, save the diecast James for later because you will likely be able to get him whenever you want. And if you could share the stream, that would be great. We're trying to hit 1K, but I also just don't want you here alone watching me rank toys. It's kind of boring. So yeah, let me text the real quick. I'm not sure if people will be allowed on stage because a group ranking would be kind of fun, but then again, I don't want to overcrowd the stream, so we'll see. Um, but likely when I start ranking toys, like it's likely just gonna be anything. So I'll wait until we have a few more people here. But like, thanks for staying. Okay. So yeah, we have the Thomas singles, Percy singles, Toby, Doc, Diesel, Bill, Mavis, Salty, Rosie with Charlie, Rheneas, the Rolling Stock, these two, 3 packs. So yeah. Yes, Gramps, it is overheated. I'm sure it is. Um, but hello, I'm glad you're here. Um, yeah, no, you got that today. So we have multiple people technically. Thoughts on Charlie being? I'm gonna get to that when we rank Charlie, but I don't hate it. We actually had some controversy about that today. Someone on Twitter got called out for that, but I have my own thoughts on it. So we'll get to that eventually. But overall, I just want to summarize. It's Charlie. I don't care what they do with Charlie. It's Charlie. She's fine. It's whatever. All right. So this I need to add 2 rows. Let's see. We need an F tier. Opinion. Me neither. Like it's. I'm just hoping like she's actually relevant if that's the case though. Like if she only talks in one episode, it's kind of whatever. But like if she's actually like a main or secondary, like it would grow on me because I'd be more exposed to it. So I have the 7 tiers here now. I had to add Motorized Edward afterwards because for some reason it's decently weird whenever I want to add it in. But Oh well. Yeah, I saw you did that, but I actually like Diecast Duck is the thing, even though he's mostly plastic. So, Gramps, if you could do me a favor, and get Gordon and Tranos in here, that would be well appreciated. So, yeah, his face is questionable. It's better than James though. It's better than James, so. Yes. Also, dog, I'm using DuckDuckGo now, man. Google's not working properly, so I gotta use DuckDuckGo, man. I am not used to this. It's possible ducks will be different in the show. The only thing I can really see changing is his eyes and how big they are. I think my dog's tripping. Hold on, dog tripped. He's barking at someone. Okay. All right, let me get into shall I get into this? Sure. So we got the diecasts that take up almost 3 tiers, and then motorized, which barely takes up any. So we have the Wave 1 Classic Thomas. It's very weird, but I really like it. It's in like 5 or 6 packs. Like you could get it in 5, 6 different ways. So I'm pretty used to it by now, and I actually really like it. There's better ways to get it though, so I don't think it's S tier material, but it's very it does a good job of representing the character. There's better diecast releases though. Like it's just an A tier for me. He sits a bit like he has his flaws. He sits a bit high on his chassis, but like it's not as bad as it's not as bad as it is with me. I don't mind it compared to most people. Is my point. So now let's get on to the Reticos, and I don't care for these. Like I get the appeal, but they're just I don't get the appeal for them. Like they're lazy, but we've had worse. So like I don't really have an opinion on them. They're not terrible. They're just more so lazy, but it's not their fault. Somewhat similar to motorized Edward and James. Like they're terrible, but it's not their fault. I'm just gonna put them in no opinion because I don't have one. So yeah, diecast Trip Dog. So like he's good. He might be better than Thomas, I think. But like I can already tell you he's gonna be an A tier. But like yeah, I'm just gonna put things in tiers. Then we'll start rearranging tiers. How much I like things, but like he's very what's a good word I'm looking for? Like the point is he resembles Percy to me. Like he's a bit long compared to previous Percy diecast, but he's like a similar length to the Ertl one. That's fine with me. Like I think they handled him better than a few other engines. We'll get to them actually pretty quickly, but they're just you feel like the racing variants or like the speedy ones, they're just like the normal ones. Like if you're trying to say that they're too similar, I kind of understand that. Like I could see them being used in remakes or whatever, but like there's no real appeal for them. But yeah, he's good. He's good, I think. It's just that there's better ways to get him, like Thomas. So like the speedy one, I don't have an opinion on this one really. Like you said, it's too similar to the regular variants. So Toby, um, if you saw my post, I put him in F tier, which his biggest flaw isn't the roof. It's not the lack of side plates. It's not the red cow catchers. None of that. It contributes to the fact that he's 90% plastic, but Toby's just a weird one, man. Like there's clearly worse on this tier list. We'll get to that eventually, but I also posted it on Twitter, and there's something I said. I doubt any of you guys saw what I said relating to Toby on that post, but I did say I thought I should swap him with something else on the tier list. So, like, he's not terrible, but like, or there's worse. He is terrible, but first of all, there's a better way to get him, and I've got kind of used to this. I don't have hope for the motorized one though. So yeah, Duck. This one's an overhated one. It's just his face, really. Like Toby, like he's gonna end up mostly being plastic, but I think because Duck is better all around, in the sense that he has the accurate colors. Like his funnel is where it's supposed to be. Well, what am I trying to say about him? Like he's better in the fact that the plastic doesn't really affect him that much. Like yeah, he's gonna end up being mostly plastic. I want to say Charlie's mostly plastic too, but overall, Duck's like a B tier. I don't like his face though. That's one thing I'm not gonna get used to. I think it's better than James's, not by much, but it is better, and that's something I want to make clear. So yeah, he's just very. He's an interesting one. Like there's gonna be worse later down the line, but his green, I like his green. Like this is our first diecast Duck merch. Well, no, the All Engine Go one was released like in late 2024, but this is the last CGI accurate Duck we've got since like 2013. So yeah, Duck had this weird period where he just didn't get merch at all. Like even Donald Duck and Oliver got more merch than him. But yeah, I'll put him in B tier. Diesel is also B tier. He has a good face. That's a Diesel face. And like you can tell he's like mischievous, but like he doesn't want to cause trouble. Or at least like he doesn't want anyone sent packing. I remember seeing someone on Twitter swapped him and the truck's faces when they first came out, and it looked cursed, but it also looked incredible at the same time. I'm used to take along Diesel because I made a lot of take along content not too long ago, and I think that's why I'm so used to him being or having a red running board. The motorized one, I'm not used to that, but this I am used to, and doesn't look too bad. Honestly, no. Like it looked worse on some models. The gray wheels don't help his case. Like Duck and James I'm used to because of Take Along. Scruffy I'm used to because his body's gray. Can I provide another example? I think I can. Mavis, yeah. Mavis, yeah, it's about the same as Diesel. But he's overall just solid. Like, there's nothing incredible about him, but like there's nothing incredible about him, but there's nothing that really drags him down. He's just fine. Like if I were to compare him with other diecast Diesels, I'd probably put him maybe between the Take and Play and Take and Play 2010, or the Take Along and Take and Play 2010 Diesel. Between there, I think. Oh boy, Bill. This is one I have a lot to say about. I don't think they know how to do Bill and Weld properly. Like the narrow gauge stuff is gonna look like this, like it's gonna be scaled with the motorized stuff well, and that's what I enjoy. It's gonna look good with motorized, but with engines like Bill and Ben, they don't know how to make them small. Like Bill's huge, like he has the small wheel. Sure, that helps his case, but it doesn't help by much. He has side rod detailing between his wheels. If you look closely enough, but it's not painted, so I don't get why it's there in the first place. Then, also, why does only he get it? Like, why doesn't Rheneas get it, or like Percy? Yeah, that's another good example. But yeah, he's just a weird one, really. His render's not good, but I will say he does have a good face. I can get used to that easily. I think I already am, but his nameplate's gone, but that's not a him thing. It's just gonna be pretty weird without him having it. Like he's like the main thing I want to say about Bill. I'm not sure. Oh, you have a question. What's a question? What? Okay, ask your question. Um, but like, I'm not sure what they want to do with Bill. That's the main thing. He's good in some areas and then just completely awful in others. I want to say every tier list I've done, um, he's been in C tier because I can't really. He's one of the only items on this list where I just can't come to an opinion on him. I can't form one. I'm not sure what they're trying to do. You don't get the joke. Oh, well, yeah, said joke was 800 years ago, Grandpa. Okay. But yeah, Bill's just C tier. This Mavis might be harder to rank. Her face, I don't hate it as much as most people, but like it's just weird. Um, the model itself, like, it's not like Toby, where like he's a ton of different colors and it just doesn't look good and it's not accurate to the render. But with Mavis, she's much better than Toby. I'll give her that. But um, I'm just not sure how it's gonna end up with Mavis. Like, I'm not sure what to really expect with her. Like from the show with this face, like it doesn't resemble. It barely resembles Mavis. Like I can see Mavis in this face, but like not immediately. I don't think. Um, like her overall mold is good. Like the lack of side plates. Um, like I think Toby has so much that I can overlook that, but with Mavis, like it's something that I would notice immediately. I'm not sure where I want to put her C or B, but like I don't think she's on the same level as Ducker Diesel. Um, I think we'll put her in C tier for now. This could change actually, but it's in one of these two. Um, put it this way: if I was a teacher, I'd want to give her a good enough grade where her parents wouldn't scream at her when she comes home, but like I also wouldn't want to give her like top of the class. Um, Salty. Oh boy, this is another weird one. His face. I'm not sure if it resembles Salty. It has salty features, but like it also just doesn't scream salty to me. Um, there's far worse though. I'll give him that. Um, they were trying to do like it's better than his latest diecast where uh, the running board is just one big yellow piece. It's better than that, but the 2013 Taken Place Salty did it so much more tastefully. Only his buffer beam is yellow, and the actual piece is black. They wanted to. I see what they wanted to do here. They didn't execute it properly. It looks like it's two separate. It's two separate pieces. It does not look good. Um, and he's just. I'm not sure what like his mold. It's fine. That resembles Salty. I gotta give him that. The gray wheels. That's an issue with everyone. I can't dock him for that, but he's another tricky. Like these last three have been tricky to rank, but the question is, I'm thinking about it now, and I like him more than Toby, but I don't think he compares to Mavis. Maybe Bill, so C tier is where he'll go. Rosie though, this is an S tier diecast. She's squat like her bases. Like it doesn't give me Rosie vibes, but it gives me S100 vibes, and that's what I really like about it. Her face is one of the ones I've got really used to, like the main trio, really. But a couple others, like Edward and Henry, I've got used to. There's only a few where I just outright don't like them, like James and Duck. But like, I can still see Rosie in this face. Like, she has the freckles, and one thing her diecast is like detailing, like boiler lining, but still they got a lot. They did a pretty good job with this one here. Like they nailed a lot is the point I'm trying to make. And there's like she's probably gonna be near the bottom of S. Like for example, I'm just gonna put this out here. Like Henry is the best 2026 merch. Like both of his toys are S tier, but then Salty, like Salty, both of them are just iffy. But then with Edward, like one's really good and the other's just yeah. Like the characters that have multiple pieces of merch, they just range in both being good, both being terrible is the point I'm trying to make. And Rosie is one where both of her toys are great. I think her motorized is better, but it's still great. Who's next? Whiff. Man, Whiff. I'm not sure where to put him. He and Oliver are the only engines with not non-accurate wheel or wheel configurations. He's an 044. I don't know why, but even just putting the same size small wheel in the front here would have been fine. But it's far from our worst diecast Whiff. But like the problem is he's never really had any terrible ones. Okay, maybe one. Okay, no, he got a 2019 push along, never mind. But he's just okay, I guess. But his glasses are a separate piece, but they're a bit big. He's kind of like Diesel, where he's not terrible, but like nothing really sets him back, but nothing really but nothing really makes me want him in SRA. He does have a good render, I'll say, but like there's just something iffy about this render. I'll put him in B. Yeah, like he has no weathering on the side. I've just not realized that. Even the All Engines Go one had weathering on the side. So I'm surprised he got an All Engines Go push along, or motorized, or just an All Engines Go release. That surprises me. Yeah, I'm looking at both now. I'm trying to remember like where I even got his motorized release. Probably Marshalls or TJ Maxx. I don't remember. Okay, who is next? Charlie. Okay, Charlie's next. She has a lot going on for her. And there's nothing really to complain about. Like, she has a good mold. Although the face itself is good, but because it's molded into the lamp like Rosie, it just ends up looking like a Christmas ornament, where it's like just a circle and then there's like a hook at the top, and it doesn't affect the render, but it really affects the toy. They're seemingly doing something with Charlie, which makes me happy. Like, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do, and I'm just hoping that this change happened for a reason. Like, now, if this is something to do with balance or just because they felt like it, okay, I could see it. But like, if they just did this for like a background cameo, like, it feels like something they'd only do to make characters sell more, even though there's only one per case. I don't know, but the point is, I can see Charlie having potential in this new show. But back to the actual toy. Like, it's very good. Most of it plastic. It's appearing similar to Duck, but like it's not someone like Toby, where it really affects the item. And tariffs affect this massively. People don't realize that, but tariffs sadly affect that. I think A tier is a solid ranking for the time. Yeah, okay. Okay, who's next? Rheneas. Okay, so easy one here. That's a good face, and I can get used to it. Good proportions. The render looks good too. Like there's nothing really wrong with him, and that's what I want to praise him for. We're almost done with the small. We're almost done with the small engines. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, like they gave him small wheels even. Like, they did a lot to. They went all out with him, and like, he has an open cab too, which that's something that's really gonna make me happy. I'm glad. That's something I'm really happy about. So yeah, I think that he has potential. Like, I want to see what he's going to do in the show, like Charlie. But like, the toy itself, the fact he has one this early, I think he'll be relevant in some way. So yeah, okay. Who's next? Okay, so we have Rolling Stock. I bought the truck was like the third single I bought, and I'm really happy with it. Like, it's not too as long as I thought it would be, and that's something that makes me happy. And it has that's a good truck face. Like, there's actually detailing inside of the truck, like the wood planks and like scratches. And the truck doesn't have counterweights, so they actually cared enough to give him that, which that's cool. And I'll look at mine real quick here, and like, there's definitely going to be better later on, but like what we know of right now and what we have pictures of, that's really it. He really impressed me. Like, we haven't got this many trucks in a good long while. Like, I want to say most ranges didn't even have any Clairbo. Like, the 2019 push along range had none. Like, Adventures barely had separate rolling stock except like Henrietta. But yeah, and then there's Scruffy. Like, definitely not as good as this Ertl toy, but this is good right here. Like, where do I begin? His face, it's weird, but it's one of the better ones, I think. And like, they got his detailing down pretty good. It's just the regular truck tooling, but they did what they did. It turns out Brian, Brian was just a great Brian, man. Never thought I'd say that about a Brian, but yeah. Grant the garbage truck. Okay. Scruffy. He's an S tier for sure because he's the same tooling. Yep. But there's not really much to say about them because they're, like I said, the same tooling. And then there's this. I don't like this tanker. This tanker haunts my dreams. I do not like this tanker. I can't tell if I like the face or not. I can't tell. It seems like a good truck face, but not a good tanker face. And don't get me started on the mold. This tanker is long. It seems too modern, and it's just like a barrel almost. Like, it's just like a cylinder. I don't like this tanker. The last diecast tanker we got was like taken play 2010, so it's been a good long while, but I miss those tankers. I don't like this tanker. This tanker haunts my dreams. I put him in D tier previously, but I want us to switch him with Toby. That's what I stated on Twitter. So I think I'll put him in F. I don't like this tanker. He haunts my dreams. It's so long. Like, also the running board is like cut in half because of the stepladder. It's just so weird, and I don't see myself getting used to this unless we get like another tanker down the road, and I'm hoping that one has a better face. There we go. I can move on now. Bruno. Bruno was one that, like Bill, regularly went into C tier, but now I think, now that we actually seen the trailer with Bruno in it, I think he's grown on me. Like it's seemingly just the all engines go tooling with magnets, but like they made do with what they had, and I think he's gonna look okay. So yeah, um, let me just mute this group chat right here. Hold on. What else was I gonna say? His face is. I think I prefer his all engines go one. Honestly, I think I prefer that face. So previously I'd put him in C tier, but like his lettering reminds me of those old Lionel cabooses. And like I'm thinking about it now, like, I think that I like him as much as Whitford Diesel. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in B tier. I mean, this is something I definitely had to do because whenever I do tier lists, I just kind of rush them because there's like so many things to rank. Oh boy, Harold. I don't like new Harold. I don't like it. I new Harold. I don't like at all. I like less than the tanker. So there's not much to say except this isn't Harold. They're trying to do too much with Harold. Flynn Jr. We're gonna get to Flynn Jr. But seriously, Harold. Just make a new helicopter. Harold did not sell well. Like from the 80th, Harold was in 80th KCA. I want to say it was, and he just sold terribly at my WalMarts. And he was in KC too, and he sold okay then. But like, the point is, he's always just been the helicopter and never more. I haven't done anything with him since like season 6. Okay, maybe season 20 did something. Flynn Jr. Oh boy, this is a good toy. He has a movable ladder which rotates 360 degrees. And he's a new character too. So they didn't purposely redesign a character that was already, well, useless. But this is a good toy. It's Flynn Jr. We're going to put him in S tier with Moodang. Where's Moodang? Moodang. And Trip Dog. And yeah. So he goes in S tier. Okay, Thomas and Birdie. Thomas and Birdie. Oh boy. Thomas half, yeah, that's perfectly okay. Birdie though, I like his redesign more than Harold. It's just not needed. Like I'll say this with Birdie, like he hasn't appeared since like 2021 in the original show, which really saved the redesign. Because with Harold, it was more gradual, like it just becomes unnecessary at that point. With Birdie, like he's hasn't been relevant for 5 years, so like I think the redesign is okay. They just didn't handle it well. Like if he was all red, I think that'd be perfectly acceptable. But he's just really iffy. Like I'll give him D tier because like Thomas is there, and also I like his redesign more than Harold. But just that face does remind me of Birdie though. It reminds me of Classic Series Birdie. It's the eyebrow. Let's see. Okay, so now we're getting to the main cast. So we have Thomas and Annie. This is an S tier pack. I got used to the new faces, and I don't prefer them, but I like them a lot more than I did. Like, I used to think, like, if I were to rank this when it was first shown off, like, it would go behind Thomas and Birdie. But it's really improved on me because, like, it's a good release of Thomas too. Like, on top of an already good model, you're getting a coach, which this might be the first time since like Erdl where we got engines and coach packs. Take along 10 and 2 coaches except Annie and Clarabelle. Take and play Annie and Clarabelle. Adventures, oh, they threw in Henrietta. All engines go push along just didn't give us coaches. 2019 push along, Annie and Clarabelle, which were only exclusive to a multi-pack. I want to say that's the same for Adventures too. And maybe like one of the 3 take and play eras, but yeah, like it's just a good way to get Thomas. And I don't hate Annie's redesign as much as I used to. Hello. I see you're here. Hello. Yeah, it's just a good release of Thomas, and like I'm glad that's how I got mine from Bale Thomas. So, okay, Henry. Oh boy, this is another S tier. So where do I begin with Henry? Well, he could be my favorite 2026 toy. Like he's really good. I don't hate his face. His face is fine. Like all of his flaws are just general 2026 flaws, like plastic dinky tenders with only 2 axles. Like that's not a Henry fault. That's just a general range fault. I think that's honestly it, really. This also could be the only diecast Henry that rivals this one for me, at least, is the take along one. Maybe Take and Play 2013. Like this is a good Henry toy, and I really like his darker shade of green as well. Like it's darker in person too, but it still looks pretty good. Like it's not as dark as Emily you're with, but yeah, he pulls off this look, and he's nice and long too. I think he's longer than Gordon. But Gordon and Edward share a tender mold, but James weirdly gets the unique, longer, skinnier one. So yeah. Hello. So multiple people have been joining. To sum up, I've been ranking 2026 toys because the last few rankings I've been doing, like more and more toys come out, and my rankings are just rough. Like it's just like, oh Thomas, oh I like him, cool, B tier. Oh Percy, bit better, A tier, for example. But like with this, I'm actually sitting down and taking my time with this. Like for example, all of this is just like in order of how I arranged the like what was coming. So like with these, like after I rank all of this here, like I'm just gonna go in here and for example, like we'll start off in like B tier. Oh, I like Diesel better than Duck. I'll put him above. Oh, Duck's not better than Whiff. I'll put him behind. Yeah. So, that should summarize it. Hopefully my mic did not cut out. I was not watching. But okay, Gordon. Okay, so he's not as good as Henry. I gotta give him that. He's not as good as Henry. But like he was the first one we saw, so like I will say he did give me good impressions for the range, although he was leaked at the same time as Annie. So that's one thing. But like his flaws are just general Gordon toy flaws. Like he's just too fat. So like, I think he could have benefited from James's tender mold, but like James and Edward, I think, needed it more, and James has it, but Edward strangely doesn't. So like I like his dark blue though, and he has a good face. The render's a bit weird, but we're just ranking the toys. and he has some good weight to him. Like I like him, but I don't like him more than Henry. I'm looking here, like he's probably like about. Like, I like him more than Doc and Diesel, for example, but like I question if I like him more than Percy or Charlie, so I'll put him in A tier. Um, I'm starting to run out of my drink here. I'm starting to get upset, man. And I still have to rank all of this, but oh well. So, James. Ooh. Do I like him more than Gordon? For some context, James and Duck are the only 2026 faces where I just don't like them at all. Haven't got somewhat got used to them, but still just can't bring myself to like them. And this is the best James diecast we got since the 2013 Taken Final one. That's what I've got to admit. It's the truth, and that's what I've got to admit about him. But like, man, that face brings him down. Edward, Henry, and Gordon also have separately fitted roofs, but James doesn't have one. I want to say Hero and Nia also do. Hero for sure. Nia and Emily, I don't think do. But James just falls behind the other toys. Strangely, he gets a weird tender mold, which is longer than Gordon's. He's still shorter than him by a good margin, but like, I think honestly, if Edward had James, okay, so if James had the short tender like Edward and Gordon, then Gordon. So basically, if Gordon and James swap tenders, I think they both benefit from it. But like, he's not consistent enough with the other ones. I think he's just the oddball, but I still like him. Like, I think I prefer him over With and Bruno, maybe even Diesel too. But like James has the same problems with Duck, where James has the same issues with Duck, like gray wheels, but that's what I'm used to. Faces, bringing them down. Yeah. So, Percy and Clarabelle. This one's going to be quick. Thomas and Nenny are in S. Thomas and A. Percy and A. Yeah, Percy and Clarabelle would be an S tier, I think. Ultimately, it's just going to come down to like which one I like better, Thomas or Percy. I prefer Clarabelle's face over Annie's, but like it's not much of a difference for me. So like when I eventually rearrange them, like it's just gonna come down to which one I like better, which engine, Thomas or Percy. Yeah, so kind of okay with that. It just depends. Like Henry's is perfect, I think. Edward, fine, but James and Gordon are the real. One thing I also want to bring up now, for some reason, the diecast, Henry and Edward don't have lamps, but yet the motorized Edward, Henry, and Hero have buffer housings, but the other ones don't. So, yeah, it's weird. Okay, Toby and Henrietta. So let's start off by saying this half of the pack is not good, and then this beats Ertl Henrietta. I don't think it beats Adventures Henrietta. It's just kind of in the middle. C tier is a good place for it. Like it's one I'm definitely gonna buy. Like, although I want to try and get all the original characters, but like this is gonna be another tricky one to rank because I don't really have a fine opinion on it, and half the pack is just ruined for me. By the way, I don't say this often, but please consider subscribing. I'm almost at 1K, so okay. Oliver and Toad. Do I really have to say more? both of these are incredible. Like there's one flaw in this entire pack. Oliver's back wheel, and that's it. But like, I don't even care about his nose being changed. That's honestly fine. Like seriously, they're both so good. They haven't got like diecast merch in like at least 8 years for both, but like they handle them so well, and they might be like they compete with Diecast Henry for my favorite piece of 2026 merch because they're just incredible. And I want to say these were leaked the day before Diecast Edward, so yeah, that's like Toad has a lot of like he has inside brake detailing, which I find insane. But his darker shade of gray, like, that's what I really like. Toad's face is questionable. Like, unlike Andy Clarabelle, it's um, kind of shrunk on me. But overall, this good 2026 merch right here. Good Thomas toys in general. So far, if I were to find like Duck, I think summarizes the range the best. Like there's like first of all, the fact is Duck, like the fact he's back kind of opens the door for other characters. Like we're getting Stepney back, but also like there's a lot of positives with him. Like he has a good mold, but like you're not gonna like most of the like you're not gonna like most of the faces. Like on Twitter, like when there's new diecast leaks, like I want to say the number one complaint initially is usually faces, but yeah. So let's get on to Emily, which is another S tier. I think this is my favorite diecast Emily, and we haven't even seen it in person. The 12 has a good, like I like how they handled her tender. And this is the first one with like good proportions. She has open cab windows, and like it's almost like a mini prop replica. It looks great, and I enjoy her face too. So I wish the static wheel was like actually moved, but it's okay. It looks. I think they handled it okay. Like the only one it really competes with is Ertl, because every other diecast Emily is just kind of okay. But yeah, so I think that there's better, but not not much, not much. It's kind of the same thing with Oliver. She only has one flaw. Let's see. We have 3 more 2-packs, and then we get. And okay, so we're almost out of the diecast range. So, Hero. I'm just gonna tell you all. Like, these are all S tier. So, where do I begin with him? So, this could no Diapet. I was gonna say this could be the first hero toy with an accurate wheel arrangement, but it's not. So, yeah, it's definitely okay in that regard, but they went all out with him. He has a lot of good detailing, and like for example, Take Only Hero is not that good because they rushed him. The All Engine Go one, like it was good for what it is. Like, and then everything else is kind of the same thing. But this here, this I think, this is a good hero. Like, it says 51. I want to say the AEG, yeah, the AEG nameplate was just blank. So it's good. Do I have much more to say about Hero? No, I don't. He is also an S tier. I'm not sure if I like her diecast or motorized more, because they're both great. The mine truck is interesting, and this is like this year has presented us with my favorite Nia merch. The 80th anniversary one was okay. She was just too tall. Like this is perfect. If I were, I've considered a series many times, and if I were to make one and Nia were to appear, I'd use the 2026 motorized one. This is good. So, yeah, it's definitely like there's definitely better. I think like she's gonna be in the lower end of S tier. Still, it's pretty good, and her face is red on me. Like I still think it's on the lower half of faces, but still, it's grown on me. So, yeah. Okay, last 2-pack. Diesel and Red Troublesome Truck. The truck tooling and the diesel tooling. We have a new truck, and I think this is my favorite truck face of the three. Would I meet in the middle and say A tier? No, because this truck is awesome, and I cannot wait to get him. This truck was going to be the reason I was going to wait for Diesel until Wave 3, but I got impatient, and my mom was at Target. She called me, so I just got Percy, Toby, and Diesel now. Yeah, I wish I waited, but I did not, because I am impatient. Okay, okay, so now, we're almost at an hour here, but we've ranked the majority of it. These next two multi-packs, the PALS packs. I'm not sure if I just want to take the average of the three characters, so like Thomas and PALS. Like Thomas is an A, but Diesel and James are in B. So I'm not sure if I just want to put them in low A or with Percy and PALS. Rosie's an S, but Percy and Gordon are an A. So I just want like, but overall, I have no opinion on packs themselves. Like, the boxes are generic, and the actual engines I ranked individually. So I'm just gonna put them in no opinion because I have no opinion. A defined opinion. This I do have an opinion on. The Animal Park multi-pack with Edward. And Edward is one of the best in the diecast range. I wish I could say the same about the diecast one, or the motorized one, I'm sorry. But yeah, like think about it this way. Like let's ignore the animal detailing for now. Rosie in the truck, an S, Thomas an A, Moodang, and Edward just boosts it up. You don't know why you put pals in the three. I don't know why Diesel and James are pals, really. I don't know why, but I guess they just are. Like this here, they actually did. Like I remember 2019 Push Along, they did a lot of animal or safari variants, and they just did not look good. Like even then, like the toys were terrible and the variants were terrible. But I like these a lot more than what came before them. And Edward's face is great too. That's a plus. I cannot wait for next year when Edward gets released. Gets his normal release. Also Edward Bricks too. But this is the same year with Stepney and Hector coming. So yeah. Okay, now we're on to the sets. So the Exploring Tidmouth Shed set. So the set is cool, and I get what it's trying to do, but it's a little generic. For $40 as well. 3 berths, although Tidmouth Sheds is accurate to the 2026 show. The drawbridge is cool. I like that, and the windmill's also cool. The track layout bothers me a little bit though, but it's the most interesting track layout I think we have for the diecast sets at least, because Battle Station and Hippo are just ovals, but then the track builders, they're exactly what they are. And then the motorized sets, well, they have good layouts. So I think I'm gonna put this in A tier. I would have considered S before, but like there's just been better releases. Bell Station, I don't like it. It's a little odd. Um, just random. It's really random, and it doesn't really have a theme going on. It's not a location we knew about before. Like, little to no elevation, mind you. Like I want to say it's the set with the least amount of elevation. Every set we've got so far has had elevation, so I'm not sure what to expect out of that. It's like a C tier. It's gonna beat all these. I'll say that about it. Okay. So this was we found out about this really early. This I want to say. I would say S, but there's better releases here. So I'm gonna give it an A because there's just better. There's better items that have came along. It's fastest to Prime. There's better things to worry about now, and considering the fact that this costs double the price of this and you get more, it's past Prime. Percy's Hippo Adventure, though. This is a good alternative if you can't afford this, or if you can't find that. And I think it was another set we found out about decently early, and like it's a more eventful oval than Bell Station. Like it has a lot more going on for it. You also get a truck too, and that's only the case in this set and the motorized sets. You also get a Percy variant too. So like normally I would probably just say no opinion, but there's a lot going on for it, and I think you get your money's worth with it. I'm hoping to find it at Walmart, and I might actually pick it up. I haven't bought any sets yet. So yeah, let's see here. Okay, this is an S tier. I gotta tell you that already. S tier. Yeah, this is the best set there is. We found out about this like a month ago, and it's already out in Kohl's stores. So now I gotta go to Kohl's. I'll probably go tomorrow. So yeah. Like there's so much. Like there's a tunnel. There's 4 double tall track risers. There's Thomas and Percy. You get a truck too. Like this is a good set. Like this is one of the only items on here that I've seen everyone be excited about. Only other items like Diecast Henry, Oliver, and Toad, people were mostly positive about. The Diesel and Truck one, there was nothing really to complain about. So, yeah, I'm giving it an S, and that's gonna beat most of this. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Motorized. Okay. This is where things get a little rocky, because some of these are incredible, while others are just pathetic. These are all the characters we know about currently, with the exception of Toby. and I guess Delivery Thomas and Percy, but I think we've got glimpses of those. I don't have hope for Toby, but we'll see. Okay, regular Thomas. It's an easy A tier, like Diecast Thomas. Motorized Thomas beats the Diecast Thomas. I gotta admit that, but there's a really good way to get Motorized Thomas, and I did not go through with that, and I probably won't, because I don't want duplicates. But this right here, it's an S tier, Thomas and Scruffy. You got an already good model, and then a Trackmaster truck that hasn't got a release since the Hit Toys 3D Phase 1 in like 2007 or 2008, which was like 19 years ago, and I'm staring at mine right now, and like, yeah, they did not disappoint with dealing with a truck like this slim. So like, we're probably never going to see long trucks again, or longish trucks, but we are getting a more diverse variety in rolling stock, like these two with flatbeds. No signs of vans or tankers though, but I mean, Nia has a hopper truck, so we'll see. Percy has a mailman. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's no one watching for this, and people would probably get mad at my opinion anyway, so I'm just gonna be straight up honest here. He's not underrated, he's overhated. Like, everyone expected him to be terrible, and the reason he's so terrible is an easy flaw to fix. It's just the smoke box and the final placement. Personally, I prefer him over James. I know a lot of people don't think that, but like, I prefer Motorized Edward over Motorized James. And like, his cab isn't squashed compared to like the Trackmaster 2 one. Like, it might just be directly on par with what came before the TM2 one. Like, is there a Motorized Edward near me? I have like 5. Okay, yeah, the Hit Toys one. Yeah, it might just be like a direct height difference, like the same height difference the Hit Toys cab had with the Hit Toys boiler and whatnot. But he's not underrated, he's overhated. I'll put him in C tier, but I'm not going to be happy about it. And the reason I'm putting him this high, from the renders, I prefer him over Motorized James, and I prefer Motorized James. Like, I like him more than I used to, because I have seen, like, I own him in person now. I didn't make a post about that, but I bought Thomas, Percy, and James at Walmart. So Henry, though, Henry's an S tier, no questions about it. He's really good. Like, it might be the diecast one. Like, there's no flaw with Henry. He's great. I don't see anything to complain about. And he has actually, yeah, that's another thing about Edward. He has buffer housings, which James doesn't have. And like, James's buffer beam is the worst of the bunch anyway, so I think Edward beats James. But yeah, motorized Henry. He doesn't have a dome. That's one thing I've noticed. But like, I think he beats the die. He may be the diecast one. He may. So okay, let's see here. So motorized Gordon, probably A. He's just too skinny, and that's his main flaw. But like, he's better than what came before. Like, it's probably on par with like the Hit Toys or 2009 Mattel Gordon. Like, I don't think he beats the 2000 Player one, but like, he's good for what we have. So let's see. That's a good thing. Motorized James. I don't hate him as much as I used to. I own him in person now. It's just the face. He has a lot of positives that no one's really realized. Like, he's a mogul now and his tender's permanently attached. That's something I like. But his cab is squashed, his firebox is huge, his smoke box is just ugly, his buffer beam is so low to the ground, his buffers aren't indented. There's a seam line on his buffer beam. Oh, he's terrible. He's better in person though, and I've gotta give him that. So I'll give him C2, right behind Edward. I will say James and Edward will be getting, like, all of this beats James and Edward. I've got to say that. Percy, though. Do I dare say S tier? No, I'll say S tier. He's good. He's good. I'm looking at him now, and he's so good. Like, this feels like Percy, and it might be my favorite motorized Percy. It just resembles Percy the most, and like the saddle tank is huge. Like, it reminds me of the early Take a Longer, Take and Play Percy. Like, he has good detailing too. Like, he has a gold dome, gold whistle, and like the buttons, like for engines, like the button helps Thomas and Percy because it blends in. Like, Gordon and Henry, it's just okay. Edward, it doesn't really help his case, and James, it lowers his case, but it benefits them so much now. They look so much better, although it can be kind of faulty. His mail car is also great. Like, it's like pretty much the 80th one straight down, but there's letter detailing inside, and that's kind of cool, although it isn't painted. One more thing, his the little red gap is kind of ugly to me. So okay, let's see. We're in the home stretch now. Motorized Emily. Easy B tier. I don't like her as much as the others, but she's better than Edward and James. The only medium engine they got right. So what is there to say about her? I think her face is okay. The Digas pulls it off better. The wheel arch, or like the area on top of her big driving wheel is just, it's almost like a cone. Like, it's too triangular. But the diecast pulled it off better. Like, she was always the one I was iffiest about. It's another good summary of the range where it's just kind of okay. I think her tender is good too. It's indented on the sides, and that's what I appreciate. It's like the all engines go tender. So, and it's good to know that she's relevant enough to get motorized. So, we'll see where that goes eventually. Okay, put her there. Diesel. He used to be the best one, and now he just got lowered, man. There's worse, though. His truck really saves him. And he has a good, like, he has side rods. His shell is good, and he has a good truck. It might be the best motorized diesel. It might be. I'll put him in B. I think he's just okay. Like, he has high highs but low lows. So I think I like him more than Emily. Or no, why am I doing that? I rearranged them after. Yeah. Rosie. S tier. I think this is my favorite of the motorized bunch. Like they thought she'd be a bit squashed, but they got her down right. They got her done well. Her truck's great too. I don't know why Diesel had it in the diecast, but it looks good. And like this could be my favorite motorized Rosie we got, but we haven't got one released in the U.S. since Trackmaster won Fisher Price like 16 years ago. Overall, like she was done pretty good, and they just nailed her. There's nothing really wrong with her. I can't find any flaws. Okay, let's see. Celebration Rosie. I'll probably just ace her. We can start. The detailing's fine. I think they handled it well. Flappet's great too, but it's kind of just the same. The Flappet might actually boost her ranking up. Okay. Actually, no. I'm gonna say no. It reminds me of the 2019 Blooming Rosie variant. Oh boy, salty. This truck saves him. Really saves him. That's it. It's just a Flappet though. Like, Salty's just a weird one, man. He might be weirder than Edward and James, but like, his face isn't big enough. This tooling could work for Dennis more, and it would work for Salty. It's just weird. Hero though. Hero's another S tier. They got him like his front angle was revealed like a day or two ago. It looks pretty good for what it is. Like, the smoke deflectors are more defined now. They're more separate pieces than what they used to be. So overall, he looks pretty good, and I've grown to like his face more. So Nia, her this is the only one where I think the rolling stock holds the engine back. I think A tier is a good placement for her. Like, I think I prefer the diecast one, but not by much. I think the diecast one has a better cab, but her truck is her hopper truck. It's connected to her weirdly. It would not have been that hard to just give her a regular magnet, but oh well. She looks okay, so. Like, she has the outside detailing. She's one of the better big engines, but I think Henry Hero take that crown. Okay, so yeah, Ashima. We only have this one view of her though, and let me just start off by saying I don't like her face, and she has a front pony truck, which isn't accurate. So, like, we haven't got more view. We don't know what piece of rolling stock she comes with, but I can just start off by saying that, like, my first impressions aren't very high. Like, I prefer her over Edward and James, but like, she's gonna be in C tier. She's just like she's gonna have a lot of detail from what I can tell, but like from what we've seen, like I've most likely seen her only flaws, and that's gonna hold her back. So next is the multi-pack, which I don't have an opinion on, and then there's the cranky set, and it just comes down to if the set works. I personally prefer the line set over it. That might sound crazy, but like I think the layout's just more fun, and the cranky set doesn't work half the time, and also I can't tell if there's a lot of detail or just little to none, so I'll put it in B tier. Animal Park set, this is an A tier. It comes with Harold, and I think that the truck is cool. So, hold on, I'm gonna make a watermark here. When I send screenshots. Okay. But yeah, like, okay, yeah. The weird switch, like without the point, is weird, but it's not like the barrel set where it affects the layout and it works both ways. And plus, Harold is like the Tony set, which is cool, where he spins round and around, baby right around it like a rockin' baby right around. Okay, that's enough. Giant Whistling Thomas, this is another S tier for sure. This is a good one. I really like this one. Lots of detail. White running board. Side rods. Can open up his cab. What not to love. He also whistles. And then the story talkers. They're both B tier for me. I think I prefer Percy over Thomas. That's it. So now we need to rearrange these tiers because Ashima is not worse than Motorized Edward and James. So start off in F tier. I think the Tanker's worse than Harold. Simple there. C tier. Valstation probably best of all of those here. I think Maves is better than Bill. I think I'll put Shima between these two. Okay. Yeah, okay. B tier. I think James I'll put behind Duck. Bruno. Hippo set I think I'm actually gonna put above Bruno. I like that set. It's okay. Emily I'll probably put above Diesel, and Diesel Motorized I think is better than the diecast because of the truck. But I think I'll put him above with. Cranky set I think stays at the bottom. Story Talkers I think right here is perfectly okay. Let's see. A tier. On a curiosity, if I were to like, would it show Edward? Okay, yeah, it would. A tier. Thomas and Percy. Okay. I think Gordon goes. I think yeah, Charlie then Gordon. The set I can put there. This set I'll put above Gordon. Motorized Thomas right here. I think Diecast Gordon I'll put above him. Actually, yeah, okay. That's better. Yeah, okay. Nia, I think I'll put Nia above Diecast Gordon. And then the animal set, I think I'm gonna put, yeah, okay. Then we have S. Well, Flynn Jr. has to be top of S. And then Animal Park, yeah, okay. Fourth favorite, I think it goes to Henry. No, oh, I think Henry's better than Oliver and Toad. Yeah, I think he's better. And then Rheneas, Emily, and then Hero 2. The trucks can kind of just go anywhere. Like they're likely going to be at bottom of the barrel, bottom of S tier. John Whistling right here. Yeah, can go above Rosie, and Rosie right here, and then the motorized stuff is okay. So Henry, I'm gonna put right behind Oliver and Toad. Thompson Scruffy. Okay. Percy. Right where he is, well, he's honestly fine, I think. Rosie. I think I'll put her above Rheneas. Hero. Above Diecast Nia. Okay, that works. I think this honestly might be okay. I think I'm satisfied with this. Diecast Rosie, maybe. Do I want to no. I think I might want to move up Crypto. Yeah, okay. I think, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Okay. Perfect. So that's going to be the end of the stream. And this is my final ranking. And I'm glad I took my time with this. I'm satisfied with where it is. I'm honestly surprised none of the motorized made it that far down. But yeah, most of the time, like I've said this before, but like most of the time I do tier lists, I rush them because of like how much there is. So yeah, I think this is gonna be it for today's stream, and I'm really hoping you guys enjoyed it. It might have been a bit boring. There's no one else, no music, nothing really, but yeah. So I'll see you guys sometime soon. I'll see when the next upload will be. I see we just have a viewer, but I'm sorry to say you just made it until the very end. So yeah, about an hour 30 minutes. I thought it would take longer. So although to be fair, like after motorized Ashima, I think it would have been like I kind of just breezed through it. But yeah, all right. Thank you all for watching, and I will go now. So bye bye.